So I knew the topic that was supposed to be today was honoring all people. So I went into the concordance, I looked up the word honor, honoring, honored. I let it all go, and this is what I came up with. Science of Mind magazine. This is my go-to book. And today is Sunday, August 25th. So, the topic today is God is missing. And I want to start out with, because we are all very different people, and we all come from different places and different understandings. But I think there's one word that I'm going to be saying today, but I want us to have a clear definition of what that is. And it will be the word God. We are all different. We come from different backgrounds. We have different understandings of what this word means. But here in Science of Mind, we try to come up with a concise feeling of what that is. So, what does the word God mean to anyone?
All good.
All good.
Everything.
Everything. Love, spirit, creator.
Divine source.
Love it. Divine source. Did I forget any?
Pure energy.
Pure. Pure energy.
Eternal knowing.
Eternal. Am I tipping here?
Your last hand thing is not. Yeah.
There we go. Knowledge. So, when you hear the word G-O-D or D-O-G, because God backwards is God, which reminds me of a book that Reverend Duchess gave me, but that's another Sunday. God. When you hear the word God, here's a bunch of different things that you could be focusing on. And so we're going to start out today. God is missing. So for those of you that are not familiar with the Science of Mind magazine, it has many articles. It has a daily reading. In each daily reading, we'll have 2 quotes, one from someone else, one from Ernest Holmes. And each month has a different person writes these articles. Then they write something, and then they have an affirmation at the bottom. So, the first quote is from Temple Hayes. Finding me is the art of coming home. When I trained as an energetic healer at Barbara Brennan taught us that really what disease is the body telling us we want to find our way home, back to God, back to center. We're off kilter. Finding me is the art of coming home. And from Ernest Holmes, trust in your own self more than in all else. Why is that? Why trust in yourself? You'll hear this a lot here. God shows through you as it moves through you. As you find yourself and release that which blocks your forward movement, you'll find that the God that you've been searching for, the love, is here. Eternal knowledge is here. All good is here. Everything is here. It's here. You don't have to go too far. That's what makes it so easy. Okay, so now the story. A couple had 2 little boys, ages 8 and 10. who were excessively mischievous. I had one of those. The two were always getting into trouble, and their parents could be confident that if any mischief occurred in their town, their two young sons were involved. The parents had heard about a clergyman in town who successfully disciplined children in the past, so they contacted him. He asked to see the boys individually. So the 8-year-old was sent to meet with him first. The clergyman sat the boy down and asked him sternly, "Where is God?" The boy made no response. So the clergyman repeated the question in an even sterner tone. "Where is God?" Again, the boy made no attempt to answer. So the clergyman raised his voice even more and shook his finger in the boy's face. "Where is God?" At that, the boy bolted from the room, ran home, and shut himself in the closet. His older brother followed him into the closet and asked, "What happened?" The younger brother replied, "We are in big trouble this time. God is missing and they think we did it." An enlightened rebel is aware when synchronicity is missing, signaling that it's time to look inside and find what is out of sync. An enlightened rebel. I'd like to think of myself as that. Enlightened, definitely I want to be that. Rebel, it's like, oh, well, I just couldn't help it. They said sit down, I stood up. Thank you, Bruce. So, it's a reflective time for us to work with forgiveness, unresolved anger, and disharmony. It's a time to renew or return to the core values you live by, move, and have your being in. It's time to dance. Now, if we were in class, because I have 2 hours, I would be turning the music on, I'd have the people standing up, and we'd be dancing to the affirmation. I dance to the energy of life, giving thanks for my effortless ability to let go and let God. Science of Mind magazine, I love it. And then after we read that, we do a little meditation. Michael already did that for us, but then we go to our articles. So the articles I'm going to, because I brought my concordance, is from the Science of Mind, page 486. If God be for us, who can be against us? If God is all there is, and the universe is one, then there is no power, presence, or law against the truth. And he italicized that, because there is nothing against the truth. It may seem as though there is, but we really are all one. We really are all love. We really are all good. It may seem at times that you may be out of sync, but that just seems that way. God does not disappear from you because you have decided to listen to your multiple senses. It's okay. One with the truth is a totality. If our whole endeavor is to be and to do that which is constructive, then we are with God, and we may be sure he is ever with us. God knows no outside. He is ever inside. The outer rim of reality is exactly at the center of itself. The outer rim of reality is always on the edge of itself. And that reminds me of my favorite quote from, let me get a good marker. One other book from him. I just can't remember it. The outer rim reality is exactly at the center of itself. So itself. Self. It's at the center of itself. So what is itself? I'm going to tell you right now. And this is what Ernest Holmes says. It is itself as you. It's you. You. It is itself as you. Every cell of your body has God. Every cell of your body has creation. Every cell of your body has potential beyond your wildest imaginations. In fact, usually your imagination can't even match what God will bring into your life. It is itself as you. It's you. And that's what's the beauty of this science of mind. For me, when I read in here, it doesn't matter what happened in your life. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter what traumas you've had. Because at the center of you is itself. And it's never been wounded. It's never been marred. It's never been changed. That point of creation never becomes less. It is always there. Always. And it's available to you. And then he puts it here, nothing, capitals, nothing can keep us from the love of God. Nothing. So if nothing can keep us from the love of God, why do we have to remind ourselves that we are one? We are one. Why do we have to remind ourselves that everybody is this beautiful beacon of life and light and joy? Because we were given volition. We were given a chance to make our own choices. And I choose to know that the love of God is within me. It's a choice. What are you going to choose? Ernest Holmes says right here, what a comfort to know that. What joy to know that all is well with the soul. What untold sufferings we have had because of our doubts and fears. Suffering, babies. Sufferings. There's things that happen. The fire obviously happened, but how real is it? Each person will have their own experience. Each person will have their own recovery. Each person will experience the forward movement in a different way. However, Ms. Curtis Hopkins tells us what? There is no fire. There was no destruction. It was just a change in the energy. It changed the form. Because did God disappear in that moment? No. God was still there. Don't judge it. Allow it. Move with it. It's part of life. That's part of being on the planet now. And it's okay if you had a reaction. Who here did not have an emotional reaction when the skies filled up with dark clouds? There may have been a few, but most of us noticed. And we are told not to be afraid, for it is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. Where is this kingdom, folks? Amen. See, I know. I'm preaching to the choir. Man alone has tried to rob us of our birthright. the glorious liberty of the sons of the Most High. We do it to ourselves. But that's the beauty of it. Because if we do it to ourselves, we can undo it. Because in every moment, you're at choice. Certainly, you make choices, and the effects, it's cause and effect, roll down the road. However, you can stop, make another choice, create another cause, and that effect will change. Sometimes you got to follow through. Yes, I had 4 children. They're not going away. I'm happy about that. But they've grown and moved on to have their own adult lives. Cause and effect. It's a simple one. And that's how it is. You hold on to a belief. You may even hold it in your heart. You don't even know you have it. And it creates effects in your life. So if you're not enjoying the effects in your life, how do you change that? Well, if you come to a Science of Mind Center, we do spiritual mind treatment. How does that start? The first step is knowing God. Connect in with God. What is God? What is the truth, big T, truth of God to you? And each one of us will sit in that differently. Because each one of us will feel the love of God in our own perspective. It is itself as you. You're a choice. All the time. Let us honor God more and man less. Let us seek within for the cause. It can be found in no other place. There is nothing that can keep us from this inner vision of the eternal reality. It is God. We are connected. There is a one mind. And through our work here at the center, what do we try to do? Bring ourselves into that one mind. Raise our consciousness up. It's okay if you want to not raise your consciousness up. You're not going to be judged because you are perfect right where you are. But you have a choice. Again, what will you choose? Well, I chose to go then to living the science of mind to get one more detail. Whoop, here it is. Oh my gosh, I forgot to highlight what I was going to read. So I'm going to just go right off the top here because this is what I want to say. First of all, you must have a firm conviction that God is the L word. Love. What is God? Love. God is what? Love. There we go. And an equally firm conviction that when you apply this principle of love to any human problem, the very words you speak in your meditation or treatment or prayer will operate as law in the condition that confronts you. And you will neutralize or overcome everything that opposes it. And that's it. You can neutralize it. You can change it. You are at choice. The beliefs that are bothering you, that are inside of you, that you may not even be aware of, you can let go of and let God. It's a choice. There's many techniques, and there's so many different types of meditation. In fact, they're doing transcendental meditation here at the center. I heard they was going to have a Wednesday class for those that couldn't make the Thursday class at 6. It's an opportunity for you just to come and see what it is. Why? Because we know that everybody has a different size. Maybe my size of practitioner doesn't fit you. That's okay. We got tons of practitioners. And each one is unique and complete and whole, just as all of you are. And each of you are your own practitioner. You have that chance to treat for yourself and know for yourself the truth. That is God. And that truth is love. And that is what we're going to go home with today. Love. And so, as we close out today, let us remember where we are. We chose to come here for a reason. Each one of our reasons will be specific and unique to ourselves. But allow that reason, that guidance, to give you the opportunity to sit in your own closet. As Jesus the Christ said, go into a closet and pray ceaselessly. Does that mean you have to stop doing everything else? No. It's bring yourself into that vibration, that consciousness, that eternal knowledge. It is itself as you. Everyone is capable of doing it, and everyone will do it in their own unique way, and yet the vibration will come up as it is in the room today as one, because we are of one mind, and that one mind is one of love. So everyone, let's take a moment now, and I'm going to read the meditation that goes with this lesson from Ernest Holmes. Close your eyes, don't close your eyes. Stare at the light, don't stare at the light. It doesn't matter, because the words, the vibrations, the feelings, they will come to you. And each moment will come to you as you're ready to accept it. Believing that God is all the presence there is, I am learning to feel this presence in everything and in everyone. Dwelling on the thought that God is love, I permit my mind to become filled with the consciousness of this love. I permit this love to envelop everything and everyone, bringing with it a sense of peace and joy and certainty. Realizing that God is life, I open my whole thought to such a complete inflowing of this divine life that I see it and feel it, the one perfect life which is God. In people, in nature, animating every act, sustaining all movement. My faith is in this life, is complete, is positive, and is certain. Knowing that all things are possible to faith, I say to my own mind, be not afraid. Faith makes you certain. Faith goes before you and prepares the way. Believing that God is in everyone, I meet this God in people, and I am one with everyone I meet. Knowing that God is peace, I open my mind to the quiet influence and the calm certainty of this peace. And knowing that God is joy, I meet every situation in happiness. I commit my life unto this power, which can do all things with complete assurance. And so it is, and so I am, and so we are. Thank you. Thank you.